Word of the Year. The words of the year, sometimes capitalized as words of the year and abbreviated WotY or WotY, refers to any of various assessments as to the most important words or expressions in the public sphere during a specific year. The German tradition, Wort des Jahres, was started in 1971. The American Dialect Society's Word of the Year is the oldest English language version and the only one that is announced after the end of the calendar year. However, various other organizations also announce words of the year for a variety of purposes. American Dialect Society. Since 1991, the American Dialect Society (ADS) has designated one or more words or terms to be the word of the year in the United States. At the end of each decade, the Society also chooses a word of the decade: web for the 1990s, Google as a verb for the 2000s, and singular they for the 2010s. In 2000, jazz was selected as word of the 20th century, and she as word of the past millennium. Selection. Other candidates for word of the year have included 2006, Pluto beat climate canary, something whose poor health indicates a looming environmental catastrophe, in a runoff vote for the 2006 word of the year. Other words in the running were flog, an advertisement disguised as a blog or weblog, the decider, a political catchphrase said by former United States President George W. Bush, prohibited liquids, fluids that cannot be transported by passengers on airplanes, and Macaca, an American citizen treated as an alien. 2007, among the contenders were green, a designation of environmental concern, as in greenwashing, surge and increase in troops in a war zone, as in the Iraq War troop surge of 2007, Facebook, all parts of speech, waterboarding, an interrogation technique in which the subject is immobilized and doused with water to simulate drowning. 2010, Nom lost in a runoff with app. 2011, 99%, 99%ers and the acronym FOMO, fear of missing out, lost in a runoff with Occupy. 2012, other nominees were YOLO, an acronym for You Only Live Once, often used sarcastically or self-deprecatingly, Fiscal Cliff, the threat of spending cuts and tax increases looming over end-of-year budget negotiations, Gangnam Style, the trendy style of Seoul's Gangnam district, as used in the Korean pop song of the same name, marriage equality, legal recognition. 2013, slash, used as a coordinating conjunction to mean and slash, or e.g., come and visit slash stay, or so I love that place, slash can we go there, twerk, a mode of dance that involves vigorous booty shaking and booty thrusting, usually with the feet planted, Obamacare, term for the Affordable Care Act that has moved from pejorative to matter. 2014, a sweetheart or romantic partner, columbusing cultural appropriation, especially the act of a white person claiming to discover things already known to minority cultures, even deal with or reconcile difficult situations or emotions from I can't even, manspreading, of a man to sit with one's legs wide on public transit in a way that. Categories. In addition to the word of the year, the Society also selects words in other categories that vary from year to year. Most useful. 2008, Barack Obama, specifically, the use of both names as combining forms, such as Obama Mania or Obamacare. 2009, fail noun or interjection used when something is egregiously unsuccessful. 2010, nom onomatopoetic form connoting eating, pleasurably. 2011, humble brag expression of false humility, especially by celebrities on Twitter. 2012, pocalypse, megat and hyperbolic combining forms for various catastrophes. 2013, because introducing a noun, adjective, or other part of speech, e.g., because reasons, because awesome. 2014, even deal with or reconcile difficult situations or emotions, from I can't even. 2015, a gender-neutral singular pronoun for a known person, particularly as a non-binary identifier. 2016, Gaslight, psychologically manipulate a into questioning their own sanity, their own sanity, their own sanity. 2017. Die by suicide, a variant of to commit suicide that does not suggest a criminal act. Most creative. 2008. Recombobulation area, an area at General Mitchell International Airport in which passengers that have passed through security screening can get their clothes and belongings back in order. 2009. Dracula sneeze, covering one's mouth with the crook of one's elbow when sneezing, seen as similar to popular portrayals of the vampire Dracula, in which he hides the lower half of his face with a cape. 2010. Prehab, preemptive enrollment in a rehab facility to prevent relapse of an abuse problem. 2011. Mellencamp, a woman who has aged out of being a cougar, named after John Cougar Mellencamp. 2012. Gate lice, airline passengers who crowd around a gate, waiting to board. 2013. Catfish, to misrepresent oneself online, especially as part of a romantic deception. 2014. Columbusing, cultural appropriation, especially the act of a white person claiming to discover things already known to minority cultures. 2015. Amostral, someone who loves firearms in a fetishistic manner. 2016. Laces fairy dust, magical effect brought upon by laces fair economics. Most unnecessary. 2008. Moving, a PR firm created term for working on the go with a laptop and cell phone. 2009. See Kitten's attempted rebranding of fish by Petty. The fish by Petty, a fish by Petty. 2010. Refudiate, blend word of refute and repudiate used by Sarah Palin on Twitter. 2011. By winning term used by Charlie Sheen to describe himself pridefully, dismissing accusations of being bipolar. 2012. Legitimate rape, type of rape that Missouri Senate candidate Todd Akin claimed rarely results in pregnancies. 2013. Sharknado, a tornado full of sharks as featured in the Sci-Fi Channel movie of that name. 2014. Beeless, without a romantic partner, lacking a B. 2015. Man bun, man's hairstyle pulled up in a bun. Most outrageous. 2008. Terrorist fist jab, a phrase for a fist bump coined by Fox News newscaster E.D. Hill. 2009. Death panel, a supposed committee of doctors and / or bureaucrats who would decide which patients would and wouldn't receive treatment. 2010. Gate rape, pejorative term for invasive new airport pat-down procedure. 2011. Asholocracy rule by obnoxious multimillionaires. 2012. Legitimate rape, type of rape that Missouri Senate candidate Todd Akin claimed rarely results in pregnancies. 2013. Underbutt, the underside of buttocks, made visible by certain shorts or underwear, 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 underwear. 2014. Second Amendment, v. to kill someone with a gun, used ironically by gun control supporters. 2015. Fuckboy. Fuckboy, derogatory term for a man who behaves objectionably or promiscuously. Most euphemistic. 2008. Scooping technician, a person whose job it is to pick up dog poop. 2009. Hike the Appalachian Trail, to go away to have sex with one's illicit lover, from a statement released by South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford to cover for visiting his Argentinian mistress. 2010. Kinetic event, Pentagon term for violent attacks on troops in Afghanistan. 2011. Job creator, a person responsible for economic growth and employment. 2012. Self-deportation policy of encouraging illegal immigrants to return voluntarily to their home countries. 2013, Least Untruthful Involving the Smallest Necessary Lie, used by Intelligence Director James Clapper. 2014, IT, abbreviation for the already euphemistic enhanced interrogation technique. 2015, Netflix and chill sexual cum unmasked as a suggestion to watch Netflix and relax. Most likely to succeed. 2008, shovel-ready description of infrastructure projects that can be started quickly when funds become available. 2009, 2010 pronunciation of the year 2010, as opposed to saying 2010 or 2010. 2010 trend verb for exhibiting a burst of online buzz. 2011, cloud online space for the large-scale processing and storage of data. 2012, marriage equality legal recognition of same-sex marriage, sex 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 marriage. 2013, binge watch to consume vast quantities of a single show or series of visual entertainment in one sitting. 2014, salty, exceptionally bitter, angry, or upset. 2015, ghost, verb abruptly end a relationship by cutting off communication, especially online. Least likely to succeed. 2008, PUMA, an acronym for Party Unity My Ass and Later, People United means action as used by Democrats who were disaffected after Hillary Clinton failed to secure a sufficient number of delegates. 2009, naughties, aughties, etc., alternative names for the decade 2000-2009. 2010, Culturomics research project from Google analyzing the history of language and culture. 2011, Brony, an adult male fan of the My Little Pony cartoon franchise. 2012, phablet mid-sized electronic device between a smartphone and a tablet. 2013, thanks to a confluence of Thanksgiving and the first day of Hanukkah that will not be repeated for another 70,000 years. 2014, Platisher, online media publisher that also serves as a platform for creating content. 2015, Fitbit, device that rewards sedentary lifestyle play on Fitbit fitness tracker. Special categories. Election-related word 2008, maverick, a person who is beholden to no one, widely used by the Republican presidential and vice presidential candidates John McCain and Sarah Palin. Fan words 2010, Gleek, a fan of the TV show Glee. Occupy words 2011, the 99%, 99%ers, those held to be at a financial or political disadvantage to the top moneymakers, the 1%ers. Election words 2012, binders full of women, a term used by Mitt Romney in the second presidential debate to describe the resumes of female job candidates that he consulted as governor of Massachusetts. Most productive 2013, shaming, from slut-shaming type of public humiliation, fat shaming, pet shaming. Most notable hashtag 2014, #Black Lives Matter, protest over blacks killed at the hands of police. Michael Brown in Ferguson, Mo. Eric Garner in Staten Island. Australian National Dictionary Centre. The Australian National Dictionary Centre has announced a word of the year each since 2006. The word is chosen by the editorial staff and is selected on the basis of having come to some prominence in the Australian social and cultural landscape during the year. The word of the year is often reported in the media as being Australia's word of the year, but the word is not always an Australian word. Collins English Dictionary. The Collins English Dictionary has announced a word of the year every year since 2013, and prior to this announced a new word of the month each month in 2012. Published in Glasgow, UK, Collins English Dictionary has been publishing English dictionaries since 1819. Toward the end of each calendar year, Collins release a shortlist of notable words, or those that have come to prominence in the previous 12 months. The shortlist typically comprises 10 words, though in 2014 only 4 words were announced as the Word of the Year shortlist. The Collins Words of the Year are selected by the Collins Dictionary team across Glasgow and London, consisting of lexicographers, editorial, marketing, and publicity staff, though previously the selection process has been open to the public. Whilst the word is not required to be new to feature, the appearance of words in the list is often supported by usage statistics and cross-reference against Collins' extensive corpus to understand how language may have changed or developed in the previous year. The Collins Word of the Year is also not restricted to UK language usage, and words are often chosen that apply internationally as well. For example, Macquarie Dictionary. The Macquarie Dictionary, which is the Dictionary of Australian English, updates the online dictionary each year with new words, phrases, and definitions. These can be viewed on their website. Each year, the editors select a short list of new words added to the dictionary and invite the public to vote on their favorite. The public vote is held in January and results in the People's Choice winner. The most influential word of the year is also selected by the Word of the Year Committee, which is chaired by the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Sydney, Dr. Michael Spence. The editor of the Macquarie Dictionary, Susan Butler, is also a committee member. The committee meets annually to select the overall winning words. The following is the list of winning words since the Macquarie Word of the Year first began in 2006. Merriam-Webster. The lists of Merriam-Webster's Words of the Year for each year are 10-word lists published annually by the American Dictionary Publishing Company Merriam-Webster, Inc., which feature the 10 words of the year from the English language. These word lists started in 2003 and have been published at the end of each year. At first, Merriam-Webster determined its contents by analyzing page hits and popular searches on its website. Since 2006, the list has been determined by an online poll and by suggestions from visitors to the website. The following is the list of words that became Merriam-Webster's Word of the Year since 2003. 2003 democracy, 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 democracies. 2004 blog or blog for blog 2005 integrity 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 5 integrity 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 2006 truthiness truthiness 2007 W0 2008 bailout 2009 admonishes 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 2010 austerity 2011 pragmatic 2012 Socialism and Capitalism, 2013 Science, 2014 Culture, 2015 Ism, Ism, 2016 Surreal, 2017 Feminism, 2018 Justices, Justice, 2019 T19 they 2020 Pandemic, Oxford University Press, which publishes the Oxford English Dictionary and many other dictionaries, announces an Oxford Dictionary's UK Word of the Year and an Oxford Dictionary's U.S. Word of the Year. Sometimes these are the same word. The word of the year need not have been coined within the past 12 months, but it does need to have become prominent or notable during that time. There is no guarantee that the word of the year will be included in any Oxford dictionary. The Oxford Dictionary's words of the year are selected by editorial staff from each of the Oxford dictionaries. The selection team is made up of lexicographers and consultants to the dictionary team and editorial, marketing, and publicity staff. Grant Barrett. Since 2004, lexicographer Grant Barrett has published a Words of the Year list, usually in the New York Times, though he does not name a winner. 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013 in New York Times, also a more complete lists. Twenty 2014 in Dallas Morning News. Dictionary, calm. In 2010, Dictionary. Com announced its first word of the year, change, and has done so in December every year since. The selection is based on search trends on the site throughout the year and the news events that drive them. The following is the list of annual words since beginning with the first in 2010. 2010 change, 2011 tergiversate, 2012 bluster, 2013 privacies, 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 privacies and privacies, 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 privacies and privacies, privacies and privacies. 13. 2014 exposures, 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 exposures. 2015 identity. 2016 xenophobia. 2017 complicit. 2018 misinformation. 2019 existential. 2020 pandemic. Similar word lists. A word a year. Since 2004, Susie Dent, an English lexicographer, has published a column, A Word a Year, in which she chooses a single word from each of the last 101 years to represent preoccupations of the time. Susie Dent notes that the list is subjective. Each year, she gives a completely different set of words. Since Susie Dent works for the Oxford University Press, her words of choice are often incorrectly referred to as Oxford Dictionary's Word of the Year. Other countries.